I will show you the project that we'll be working upon right now. So I was just completing the project. So this is the project that we have been working on. This is what we will be creating in the next, uh, if possible, then we will be completing the project today itself. Otherwise, if we are like not able to complete it on time, then we'll extend it for tomorrow. Okay, so it will totally depend, but we'll try to complete the project today. Like it's not, as you're able to see, it's not a huge project when you look at the code wise section. And this also, like for example, this entire thing from right over here to here, as well as all these lines of code from here to here, they have been including just so that you guys are having something to like play around with. Like it's not necessary to put it up in your code. Like they can, all these lines can be removed by just a single line of code itself. Okay, so that is the reason why, like I said, like I've just made this project a little bit bigger so that you have something to tamper on with while you will be coding as well. Okay, so it will be a very fairly easy project. There is not a lot that we have to go through. Okay, there will be some sections that I will be skipping over, okay, in the code, because it is just uh, like it's not important for you to understand it why I've written it there, because it's just like good practices, you can understand it as that. Okay, so yeah. So, do we have any playlist of Python? The sky is yours. We are going to start off. So, I'm just showing this code. We will be coding it from scratch. You don't have to worry about it as well. Okay. So, right now we are having a playlist of C++ that is going to be released, that is being released right now. Let me just show it to you. Let me just switch off the volume. So the sky is yours. If you go down the description of the video, you will be able to see C++ core concepts. Okay, so this is the videos that is getting released of C++. We are almost 50% throughout the way, like we have 50% of the lectures have been completed. There are almost like we are having 34 or 35 videos in total for C++. So once that entire thing is released, so I think so it will take us, so we are releasing 2 videos per day, so a week more, so 7 days more it will take to complete C++. Once it has been completed, then we'll start releasing your Python videos. Now the Python videos that we'll be releasing would be more than sufficient to learn Python as a language itself. You don't need to know. So for C++ as well, you are able to see that we expect you guys just to understand English, nothing else. Okay, and then we are building upon that. Okay, everything from operators to arrays to pointers. So for example, dynamic allocation and pointers is the particular topic that is like the favorite topic of Microsoft. So if you go and sit for any of Microsoft interviews, C++ pointers and dynamic allocation of memory is the favorite interview questions that comes in Microsoft interviews itself. So all those topics as well in depth we have tried to cover up right over here. As you're able to see, just 3 videos we are covering only for pointers as well as dynamic memory allocation. The same will be taking up for Python as well. We will be releasing notes, we will be releasing projects as well for Python. And yeah, you will be able to learn the language in depth from those videos. We will also have something else in place, some projects as well related to Python that you guys can then work upon. Okay. Okay. Uh, Please give us a quick revision over yesterday's session. Okay, so before moving further, can somebody let me know what are the different points that we covered yesterday? Like, what are the different points that we like learned about in yesterday's class itself? Can somebody remind Sudarshan? Okay. And I have heard about from a lot of person that we need to learn advanced Python or Python script after Python. So is it necessary? See, like I've already said, you two languages you need to know in its entirety. First of all, either between C++ or Java. One of those languages you have to learn for DSA and CP. So that language you should be very familiar with. If you're moving on with web development, then the language that you should be learning after C++ and Java should be JavaScript for web development. If you're going into data science, then the language that you should be learning after C++ or Java is your Python, okay, for data science people. Now, when you're talking about Python, just having basic knowledge about the language isn't does not qualify you, okay, for the job. Okay, you have to have like advanced level knowledge in that particular language, as well as the tools that come with that language as well, whether it be JavaScript or Python. With C++ and Java, you don't need to learn the tools with associated with these languages, but the language itself, sure, as well as the data structures that exist in these languages, should be something that you should be very familiar with. For JavaScript and Python, you don't need to learn data structures in those languages, but yes, you should be familiar with all the tools and technologies that are associated with these languages itself. So yeah, so we learned about immutable and mutable orders. We learned about loops, for loops. We are going to use while loop in today's project. Okay, we have learned about tuples, list, tuples, loop, range function. That's absolutely correct, Pillai. So all these different things that we have already studied in yesterday's class. And in today's class, we are going to focus much more upon the project itself. Okay, now how to submit the project, where to submit the project, what will the process of the project. I'll be letting you guys know at the end of today's class. So if somebody is asking that question in the live chat, try to answer them. That sir has already told, Shaurya has already told that all this information will be shared at the end of today's class. Okay, if we are finishing the project, if the project gets extended, then whenever the project is ending, I will be letting you guys know at that particular point of time. Also, there will be some concepts that we will be getting to know while doing the project that I will be asking you to study separately. Okay, so for example, we will be using HSV values for identifying colors or identifying images. So all these different things are something that cannot be like explained to you in just like an hour or so. So I will be asking you guys to explore a little bit more on your side. I will try to explain a brief intro about it, but I know that you won't be able to understand HSV in that small example or small reference itself. So I'll be asking you guys to study a little bit more, research a little bit more upon the topic separately as well. You guys need to be ready for that as well. Okay, so we have got Shaurya, one more Shaurya with us in the class, so that's also great. Okay, so shall we start with our today's class? Please let me know, guys. Shall we start off with our today's class? Please let me know. Okay, great. So let's move on. Okay, so let's go to. So first of all, for this particular project, what are the different things that you need to install? That is also a very important question. The first thing that I want you guys to install is VS Code. Okay, this is the best code editor or IDE or anything that you want to describe. If you are having a Windows laptop, you can directly even go to like something like the Windows shop, okay, Windows Store. Directly search for VS Code right over here, and you will be able to find VS Code that you can directly install from right over here itself. So it's as simple as that. Okay. Otherwise, as well, you can also search it on Google. Okay, you will be able to download Windows for Mac, for Windows, as well as Linux. Okay, so VS Code is available everywhere. You don't have to worry about it. So once you have downloaded it, installed it properly in your computers, whether you're having a desktop or a laptop, then I would suggest you to go through the installation process properly. After that, once you have completed that as well, what you can do is you can go to, so this is how your VS Code would look like. Okay, as you are able to see right over here. Okay, you can just go to this extensions. Let me just increase the size. So on the left hand side, you are having Explorer, you are having Search, you are having Source Control, you are having Run and Debug, you are having Extensions, you are having Testing. So just go to extensions. In that, search for Python. Okay, it is a particular extension that has been made by Microsoft. Okay, the Python extension. Just search for Python. You'll be able to get it. It provides you IntelliSense. Okay, it provides you linting, debugging, and everything else that is required for your editor to work. To editor to consider Python and all these small things that are associated with it. So it would be easy for you guys. Okay, you don't have to worry about it. Just install Python. Don't, if you are not able to remember it, come back to the video. This is a YouTube video. You can just scroll back, watch the video again. Okay, this was the package that I need. This was the extension that I needed to install from right over here. Once you have completed this, then again go back to your browser, search for Python, and then download. Okay, once you have go to python.org/downloads as well, you can directly go to this particular URL, python.org downloads. In that, you need to download Python 3.10.4. Okay, so once you have downloaded that, it will automatically like download it for your maybe it's a Mac OS, maybe it's a Windows, maybe it's a Linux. So it will automatically download it for your particular OS system. Go through the entire download, like everything properly itself. Okay, what are the different things, whatever it is asking, read through everything properly, download it, install it. Once it is done, okay, once everything is done, okay, up till now I know you guys won't be able to remember shit, okay, but when you are making the project, come back to this video, go through the video line by line, follow the process, you will be able to do it properly. Okay, once you have downloaded Python as well, you will find that some things like pip install and all these kind of stuff isn't working right now as well. So what you can do for that is again come back to this particular website, python.org/downloads. Again click on download python.10.4 10.4. Okay, download that, then go to, just click on it. Okay, it will open it up, then click on modify. Okay, click on modify right over here. You want to click on modify. Okay, and then select everything except PyLauncher. Select everything, select documentation, select pip, select td/tk IDLE, select Python test suite, then select next, then select create shortcuts for install applications, add Python environment variable, pre-compile standard libraries, like that as well. Okay, download debugging symbols. Okay, download debugging binaries, requires vs 10.20.17 or later, then click on install. It will automatically update everything, okay, for you guys, and you are good to go with your coding right now. Okay, this is all that you need to do before starting your project. Okay, it's extremely simple, nothing too complicated. Come back to this particular video once again and just go through what I've said line by line, and you will be able to complete it. You won't be facing any issues. Okay, okay, great. So let's move on to back to our project. Let's close this as well, we don't require it. Let's go back to, let's say, desktop. So inside the desktop, I'm going to create a new folder right over here. A lot of different things that we are having. Okay, so let's create a new folder. So let's create a folder. Let's name it as boot camp. Okay, let's name it as bootcamp right now. And then inside of bootcamp, we are going to have our image and the video that we are going to use. So if you guys don't have a video that you already have, so the current video that I'm using is something like this. Let's look at the video itself. It's an MP4 video. Okay, as you are able to see, there's a green screen behind me and the video is currently playing right over here. So this is a very old video that I had shot previously. So you are able to see that I've hit Groot right now. So we are having a small animation over him. So this is a small video that has a green screen. You don't have to use the same video, of course. What you can do is you can just go to YouTube. Okay, you can just go to YouTube. And so see, this is the entire C++ number of videos that we are having. So we are having like 35 videos in the playlist that will be released. So it will take some time. Inside of YouTube, just search for green screen video. Okay, just search for green screen video. You will be able to see a lot of green screen videos. As you are able to see, just select any of them that you like. Okay, just select one of those videos, download it. If you guys don't know how to download a green screen like a YouTube video, just search for it. Okay, YouTube video download online. Okay, so just open up one of these videos, one of these links, whatever video that you want to like download, just take it from right over here. This is the video that I want to download. Just Control C, paste your link right over here, Control V, and then download. So it will download the video for you. Okay, it will be as simple as that. You don't have to worry about anything. The second thing that you require is an image, the background image that you want to put. So for the sake of this particular video, I have taken up the Hogwarts demo castle image that I'm going to put up as the background image of our video itself. The green screen video is the video, and we want to put up the background as our Hogwarts castle. So that is the two things that you require before starting off with this particular project. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Great. So next we are again going to open up our VS Code. Okay. I think so I've closed the VS Code right now. Just open up VS Code. Inside of VS Code, what we are going to do is we need to go into our file, open folder, and we need to open our bootcamp folder, select folder. Okay. So this is the place where we are having right now our green.mp4. We are having our image.jpg inside our bootcamp. Now we need to create our Python file, the file in which we are going to write our code. So we'll create a new file. It is going to be a Python file. As you're able to see, we need to create a Python file right now. So we have created a Python file. The name of this particular file is untitled1. So let's change the name. Let's name it to proj. Let's name it to proj. Save. So this is called as proj.py. Okay, .py extension basically means that this is a Python file. Okay, so it was as easy as that to create a Python file right over here. The second, like how to create a particular file, you can just right over here. This is the bootcamp folder that we are having. You can just create a file by clicking on the first icon and then naming the project as let's say p.py. Okay, that is the name of the file. So p.py is basically a Python file named as p. Okay, so you can create a file from there as well. I don't need this p.py file, so I'm just going to delete this file. Okay, move to recycle bin. I just need one particular Python file, that is the proj.py file. Now the second thing that you need to do is just to check whether everything is working or not, write print, okay, and then hello. Just to make sure that everything is working or not, let's save it, Control S. Okay, so this is our particular Python file, proj.py. We are having a particular line of code inside of it, print hello world. To run this particular line of code, what we need to do is we need to click on this particular play button on the top right corner. Okay, that is run Python file. Okay, we want to click on this particular play button, the top right hand corner. Okay, when we are clicking on this particular play button, as you're able to see, our terminal opens up on the bottom later, and we are able to see that when we are running this particular line of code, so we are running this particular Python file, we are getting hello world in our terminal. Okay, we are getting hello world printed in our terminal. This is how we are able to make sure that everything is working properly. Next, what we want to do is we want to install two Python packages that we are going to use. One is the OpenCV package, and the second one is your NumPy package. Okay, so NumPy, you need to understand what a package is in Python. For example, let's try to understand. You could go to the forest, you could cut some trees, get some wood, bring fossil fuels, like dig and put up coal and all those kind of stuff, and then you could just take rocks, sit together, put the fire, put the wood, put the coal, hit two rocks together to make a spark, and then get the fire at the end, and then like create something out of mud to place it over it so that you are able to cook your food at the end of the day. Now this is an entirely very large process. Okay, you could do this every single day, but you don't do that. You are having some packages, some utensils that you are able to use. You are having a gas stove, you are having a gas cylinder, you are having a lighter, you are having utensils to cook your food on. So all these basically makes your life easy. All these things have been manufactured in such a way that the entire process of doing it from scratch is made relatively easy. The same goes for Python packages itself. So if you're doing something in Python, it will take a lot of time. So some of the people, some of the coders came together to create some packages that makes your life very easy. Okay, for some particular stuff. Okay, so for example, NumPy is a particular package that helps you to deal with matrix values. So when you are having matrix multiplication, matrix addition, you want to do some kind of changes in the matrices itself. So I hope that you guys are very familiar with matrices. Please let me know. Matrix and all these kind of stuff, are you guys very familiar with it? Please let me know. Are you guys familiar with matrices? Please let me know, guys. It's very important because without that you cannot move further. Okay, that's great. So I hope that you guys have studied matrices in your 10th, 11th, and 12th standard. So, and these are the kind of people that I'm catering to who are currently just joined college. So I expect this type of knowledge to be there with you. So all these different multiplication, addition, if you are doing that using just Python, it will take a lot of time. So NumPy handles all that calculations for you. It provides some optimization over normal calculations, some type of functions that you are able to use to directly multiply different values together. So all those kind of stuff is already present in the NumPy package. The same goes on for your computer OpenCV or package as well. So you have another particular package called as OpenCV, which basically pertains to everything that is related to computer vision. If you want to access your camera, if you want to load a video, if you want to load an audio, if you want to load some kind of file that is an image, if you want to read it, if you want to utilize it, if you want to change the color of that file, if you want to do any sort of stuff over something that has image or video or audio inside of it, that is handled by OpenCV. Now OpenCV or Open Computer Vision isn't a package that is just limited to Python. It is also available in C++, it's also available in Java, it's also available in JavaScript as well. But the largest of these packages is the one that is available in Python and C++. The largest OpenCV packages with the most number of tools and technologies inside of it. And the most number of things that you can do with that particular package is in Python and computer C++. Okay, you can even use C Sharp. Like if I'm telling C++, then you can use C Sharp as well. Can I use Python IDE? See, it's totally up to you. You can use whatever you want to do. Okay, but for a general audience, it is always better at the end of the day when you will be coding, you will be using VS Code. I used to use Atom, but slowly and steadily the changes and all those kind of stuff I was not able to maintain in Atom editor. So I also shifted to your VS Code. So VS Code is one of the best IDEs that is available right now on the entire planet. Okay, if you don't want something that is so custom, you have to do everything on your own, then VS Code is the best. It comes up with everything that you are going to use at any point of time. That is the reason why. Okay. If you're not able to get output in VS Code, just click on this little play button. It will just open up the terminal for you. If you're still not able to get the output, just click on right over here, terminal, new terminal, and then run the task right over there. These are all the options that are available to you. Okay, so now we need to install these two packages, that is OpenCV, and we need to install NumPy as well. I've already installed it, but for you guys, you have to write pip install inside of the terminal itself, the place where we got hello world as the output. Right over here down below, we got hello world as the output. We need to write pip install NumPy. Okay, I've already installed it, so the output would be different. As you are able to see, we are getting that requirement already satisfied. So I've already downloaded it. So you can also download it in the same way. The next we want to do is pip install open. Let's see the name of that particular exact file. Pip install OpenCV. Okay, so the code for that is pip install OpenCV -python. Okay, so you can just copy it from right over here. Okay, or else you can just type it as well, pip install OpenCV -python. Okay, and then you want to click on enter. It says that I have already installed it. So because I have already installed it, I don't have to waste a lot of time right over here. So this is how you are going to proceed further, guys. Once this is done, we are going to remove our print hello world from right over here, and we are going to start with our project. We are going to start coding our project. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. I feel as if I'm getting a heart attack or something like that. Okay, are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Guys, this is the project. I'm going through the project line by line because you have to make this project and submit it later on. Okay, so I will give you 2 days. Okay, like after 2 days, like if I'm able to complete this project today, tomorrow I will give you a holiday. Day after tomorrow, I will be releasing a video where I will be telling you guys how to submit the project. Okay, so that you guys are also getting some time. I will give you almost like 4 to 5 days to complete the project. Okay, and then submit it. Don't worry about it. Okay, but you will get enough time, but you have to follow this video thoroughly to make the project. Okay, okay, great. Now once you have downloaded the OpenCV library as well as the NumPy library, you need to import it into your code. Okay, you need to tell your code that I'm going to use these two libraries of Python. Okay, to do that, you got to write import. Okay, I need to use this CV2, that is the short form for OpenCV package itself. And the second thing that I need to import is import NumPy. Okay, import NumPy right over here. But I don't want to call NumPy again and again. So whenever you are using a particular package, you will have to write NumPy dot and then the method. Just like in strings we had seen, string name dot, then maybe like a format or something like that. So you have to call the methods like that. Now NumPy is something that is a lot tedious to write. Okay, it should be like 2 letters at most, because I will have to write NumPy again and again and again and again throughout my code. I don't want that. So I can directly write, I can give a nickname to NumPy. Okay, I'm importing NumPy, but I'm giving it a nickname as well. I can call it by as NP. Okay, so instead of writing NumPy again and again, I'm giving NumPy a nickname as well. CV2 is already very short, so I don't need to give it a nickname. It's already very short. Okay, but NumPy is a little bit big, so I'm giving it a like a nickname that, okay, I'm importing NumPy and I'm calling it NP, or just a short form for NumPy itself. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Import star from NumPy, it will be all right, Praveen, but why do you want to do it? Okay, it's as simple. Don't complicate stuff. Be as simple. Coding is all about keeping things simple. Okay, if coding was about keeping things hard, we would not have coding in our lives. We would have still be doing like everything by like, if you want to switch off that particular TV, just go there and then like destroy one of those vacuum tubes. Only then it will be switched off. You have got programming in your life to make things easy. Never make things tough. Okay, it should be your life's motto if you want to become a programmer. Okay, but that does not mean that you should also give in to others. Okay, don't do that. Like, you want to make things easy for everybody else. Okay, not a lot easier for you as well. Okay, Sunita, just listen to me properly. I'm telling you everything verbally, so I don't need to write any type of comments, because this code is not going to be shared anywhere. Okay, we are not going to share the code anywhere because you have to pick the project. Yes, I will be coding it live right over here. I will be explaining each and every statement, each and every line of code properly, but except 1 or 2 lines, because that isn't necessary. That is just conventions that we need to follow. Okay, so yeah, let's move on from right over here. So first of all, we have imported CV2, we have imported NumPy. Okay, we have renamed NumPy as NP. Next, we want to take in the video. Now the video that we are having, that is green.mp4, we need to take in the video, we need to process the video, we need to save that video inside a variable itself. So let's do that. Let's create a variable called as video, and video is equals to, let's say, CV2. Okay, that is the computer vision library that we are having, OpenCV dot video capture. Okay, video capture is the method that basically takes in the video that you want to load. Okay, the video, the name of the video right now is green.mp4. okay, you need to put up the exact extension of that particular video. If it is mkv, if it is any other MP3 is like audio itself. So it's MP4 or MKV or POV or anything else as well. You will have to put the exact extension. My suggestion would be always use MP4. You won't be facing any problems. Okay. So this is how you are going to load the video. You are capturing the video and putting up inside a variable that you can use later on. The same thing we are going to do with the image as well. So for image, so image, image, let's create a variable cv2.im. Okay. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, because I can only know what you guys are telling me. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know, guys. Great. So for image, the one that we are going to use is imread. Okay, that is, you want to read the image. Okay, that is the method. Then the name of that particular image right over there. So let's check what is the name of the image. We are having img.jpg. Okay, so you can use a JPG image, you can use a PNG image. My suggestion would be go with a JPG image. It is a lot easier to process. Okay, so img.jpg. Let's put up the name right over here. img.jpg. right over here. Video is itself another data type. Like, it's a video data type. It's basically arrays of like, what you can call it as arrays of okay, not arrays, it is, okay, I forgot the name, matrices. Okay, yeah, you are having lists. So lists can be one dimension, two dimensional, nth dimensional lists as well. Now that in the same way can be arrays. So in NumPy, arrays is a type of list itself. You can think about it as that. It's not a type of list, but I'm just trying to explain it to you guys. So similarly, videos are nothing else but images. Images are nothing else but matrices. So these are an array of matrices itself. Okay, so that is basically video. So video is itself another data type on its own. Okay. What should we do if we don't have a system? Just take this video up, write the code up on IPYNB file and submit it. That's the only thing that you can do if you don't have a system. But you will have to submit the code to pass. Okay. Okay, so right over here, we have taken in the video, we have taken in the image as well. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to create our while loop. Okay. I hope that you guys are able to understand up till here. Please let me know. I'm not dealing with Java right now. I'm dealing with Python. I'm not familiar with the Java language in like while using it for development. Java is intended not to be used for development. It is used for like competitive programming and DSA. When you go into Java, you will be going into the realm of backend development for Android based applications, and it's not a good genre right over there. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is we are going to create our while loop. So while true, so up till the point where the loop is true itself, it will run. Okay, wherever it will become false, there will be some error, it will break, and then the entire stuff will stop working. So we want to create it for while true. So while everything is true, okay, we are going to create our ret comma frame is equals to ret comma frame is equals to video dot read. Okay, so right over here, what is happening is ret is basically if there is no video, or the video is like there's nothing inside the video file itself, or there's any problem, any corruptions with the video file, ret will become false and your while loop will break. Okay, that is basically what ret means. Okay, if there is any problem, any discrepancies with the video file, video right over here is the video that you have loaded using this particular line of code. So if there is any discrepancies with the video file, okay, you guys will be getting ret as 0, and that is basically ret being false. If ret is false, then this particular loop will break and you will come out of that particular loop. Otherwise, if there is video inside but that particular loop, then that video will get saved inside of frame. Okay, that video will get saved inside of frame. Okay, this is what we have done in that particular line of code. I don't think so the stream is lagging. I'm able to see my stream going on perfectly because I've opened up the live chat as well. I don't think so there's any problem. Anand, I think so it is from your side. If video is a data type, that can we use that as a variable name? No, not per se as video is a data type. Okay, not the name video, but whatever the name of that particular data type is, video itself is a data type. Okay, not the name. So basically saying that Mercedes is a car. Okay, so it does not mean that if I'm telling Mercedes, it means a car itself. Mercedes also makes a lot many different things. Right? Just like Rolls Royce. Okay, if I'm talking about Rolls Royce, then that particular, when I'm saying about it, Rolls Royce is a car. Okay, so that is true. But Rolls Royce does not only make a car; it also makes aeroplane engines. It makes aeroplanes. It makes jet fighters as well. So it has a lot many number of divisions inside of it. Similarly, when I'm saying video itself is a data type, it's a type of data type, but that's not the name of it. Okay. Okay, great. So next what we are going to do is we are going to show this particular whatever frame has captured. Okay, whatever we have captured in our frame. Okay, if read, so if there is no problem with the video and everything gets saved in the frame, what will be shown to us? So let's try to show that. So for that, we are going to use cv2.imshow. That is going to show us whatever we want to see. Let's name that particular as frame. Okay, I want to see the frame. So whatever it is going to show, we have named it as frame. That is the name of that particular show. Like for example, I'm going into a particular movie like Bhool Bhulaiya. So the name of that particular movie is Bhool Bhulaiya. The movie that is going to be played is a particular cassette that is going on behind, and that name of that cassette is also Bhool Bhulaiya. So what is the name of the stuff that I want to show? So I want to show the frame itself. So I'm going to show the frame. So I'm going to show the frame, that is load the frame. I want to show the frame. The name of that particular window should be frame as well. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is how to quit that particular frame. So I want to close it. So how to close it? So that, so for example, if there is no problem with the while loop, there is no problem with the video itself, I need something to close it as well. So for that, we are going to create another variable k is equals to cv2 dot wait key. So what does wait key basically does is it will wait for you to press a particular key. Okay, it will wait for you to press a particular key. So for example, you're pressing G, you're pressing A, you're pressing M. It will wait for you to do that. Once you have done that, whatever whatever key that you have pressed, okay, so for example, you have pressed H, the value, the Unicode value of H will get saved in the variable K. Okay, the Unicode value of H will be saved in the variable K. For example, if you have pressed G, then the Unicode value of G will be saved in the variable K. Okay, for those who are not familiar with Unicode, I suggest you to Google it and learn it separately, research about it. It's very fairly easy to understand, so I don't think so and we need to waste our time on understanding Unicode. Okay, so for example, H has a different Unicode values. For example, you have learned about ASCII values. Similarly, there is a Unicode values as well for each particular letter, numbers, or any of the keys that you are having on your laptop. Okay. Next, what we are going to do is if k is equals to ORD, that basically checks. So ORD is a particular function that checks the converts the value, that is the value of Q, from the Q as a particular letter to its Unicode value. So for example, just taking an example, I don't know what the Unicode value of Q is. That is the reason why we have used the ORD function. Okay, just to make everything a bit more clear, let me just put up some space right over here. So ORD basically converts the value of Q to Unicode. It shows its Unicode value, and it will check whether the Unicode value of the button that you have pressed is equal to the Unicode value of ORD or not. If it is equal, then we are going to go inside our if loop, okay, if statement, and we are going to change right over here to break. Okay, that is basically that we want to come out of this particular for loop. Okay, we want to come out of this particular while loop. That is the basic code that we have written right over here. What is one in wait key? Basically, we want to check just for one particular button. Okay, that is the reason why we want to check it for one. Okay, so that will be saved inside of K right over here. Are you guys able to understand what we have done up till here? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand what we have done up till here? Please let me know. So I'll just paste it. Are you guys able to understand? Please let me know, guys. Okay. So now we need to, like, whatever resources that has been occupied by your program. So for example, the video file that has been occupied by your program, the window that has opened up by your program itself, we need to close it. Okay. So please repeat the if line. See, there's not a lot of time that we are having. Okay. So if you are not able to understand something, let me know. For example, Magam Pragan Reddy has said it absolutely clearly that, sir, I was not able to understand the if line. So always say like that. Okay. Okay. So let me make you guys understand the if line. Okay. So right over here, you have understood what this particular line does. Okay. K is equals to CV2 dot wait key 1. Okay. Are you guys able to understand that particular line of code? Basically, CV2 dot wait key will wait for you to press one of the keys on your keyboard. As soon as you are pressing one of those keys, that is key wait key 1, as soon as you are pressing one of those keys, the unicode value of that particular key, basically you are pressing K, okay, or basically you are pressing A. So whatever the key that you have pressed, the unicode value of that particular key, maybe it's 41, maybe it's 42, that unicode value of that particular key will be saved inside of the variable K. Okay, so K now contains the unicode value of the key that you have pressed. Next line is the if statement. The if statement basically checks whether the left hand side is equal to the right hand side or not. If it is equal, then it goes inside the if statement. Otherwise, your code continuously keeps on running. You have no other problems right over there. So if you are coming to the if statement right over here, there is no capital Q letter on your keyboard. Okay, there's no capital Q. What I've said is just one particular key that you can press. One key. Shift, as soon as you have pressed shift, it's two keys. Okay, so you can only press one key. That's why don't ask silly questions. Apply IQ. Okay, so if you are having the value of K equal to ord is a particular function in Python that basically returns the unicode value of the object present inside of it. Right, you here the object present inside of ord is Q, so the unicode value of Q would be returned right over here. That's an integer, that is maybe 72, maybe 74. So this will be replaced by the unicode value of Q, and you are having the unicode value of the key that you have pressed right over here inside of K. If both of them are equal, that is you have pressed Q on your keyboard, then your loop will break. Okay, your while loop will break and you will come out of the while loop and everything will just close down. Okay, until unless you are doing until unless you're pressing Q, everything will work properly. Your videos will be going on continuously. Okay, so once you're coming out of this while loop, once you have pressed the word Q, you have pressed Q as a particular letter, you're coming out of the while loop, then you need to deallocate all the resources that you have been using. So for example, you were using the video, okay, the video that we have created, the green.mp4, we need to release that. We are not using that video anymore. Whatever windows that were opened up, okay, maybe whatever you were trying to show, okay, you can use any letter. Q is preferred, absolutely correct. Okay, so you need to destroy those videos as well. You need to close those windows as well. So we are going to write that particular line of code right now. So whenever you are pressing Q, what should happen? Okay, so you are having video dot release, and the next thing that you want to do is you want to destroy, okay, all the windows. So you want to do cv2 dot destroy. Yeah, I think so. I made this DES, destroy all windows. You want to destroy all windows as well. Okay, so these are the two things that you want to do right over here. Shivam, we are not going to share the link. Yesterday it was a mistake by my team. That's why they had shared it in the live chat. Today they won't be doing it. I've told them already. So you will have to wait for the end of the class to get the attendance link, and you will have to do it like everybody else. Okay. So right now let's play the video. Okay. So this particular code will open up the video, read the video, show you the frame that we are going to use. And as soon as you are clicking on Q, it will just close it. So let's run this particular line, all the lines of code. Okay, as you are able to see, this is the frame that we are having right over here. Okay, this is the video that we are having right over here. Okay, As soon as I'm clicking on Q, it got closed. Okay, as you're able to see, it got closed right now. So that is what we have done up till now. Are you guys able to understand? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand? Please let me know. Great. So now we are going to, so that particular video, the size of the video and everything. So cv2.destroy all windows basically mean the window that opened up, the frame that opened up right over there. I want to close that as well. I want to destroy it. I'm not using that frame anymore. Every time I'm running the program, a new frame should open up. That is what I've done right over there. I want to deallocate all the resources. Okay. Great. So now what we want to do is the frame that opened up, the size of the frame we don't know. Maybe it was 1080 by 640p or something like that. We don't know. We want to make it consistent with the image as well. We want to have like everything of a consistent size. So the frame itself, we are going to resize it. Okay. So for example, right over here, the frame, we want to resize it. We don't know what the size of the frame is, but we want to know it for sure that okay, this is the size of the frame. So what we are going to do is we are going to use cv2.resize right over here. The frame is equals to cv2.resize. Okay, this is the function that we are going to use right now. And the next thing is okay, well, if Carrie was programming, then he would have used some better words at the end of the day. Okay, so we want to resize. What do we want to resize? We want to resize the frame. Okay, what should be the size of this particular resized frame itself? We want to put the size of the resized frame. So in a tuple, we are going to put the size that we want to resize it to. So let's resize it to 640 by 480p. Okay, so this is the size that we want to resize the frame to. So what we are having the it right over here is frame is equals to cv2.resize. What do you want to resize? Frame. And to what particular size do you want to resize it to? So 640 comma 480. So I want to resize it to that particular size itself. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand up till here? Please let me know. Great. So right over here, I'm going to run this particular line code as well, just to show you guys. Okay, it's taking a minute. So as you're able to see now, this is the video at 640 by 480. The last time it was a little bit big. Right now we know the size of this particular frame itself. As soon as I'm clicking on Q, it gets closed. Okay, everything gets closed. This program stops running as well. Okay, so that is our aim. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. We have already read the image. Okay, the image itself. Now what is our aim? Just talk about the aim itself. We are having our frame, we are having the video, we are having a green screen behind it. We need to replace that green screen with the image. We want to replace that green screen with the image, that is img.jpg. So the size of the video and the size of the image should be the exact same. Are you guys able to understand this? The size of the video, the size of the frame should be the exact same thing. Please let me know. How will the user know that they have to press Q for closing it? Right now, you are not coding it for the user. You are coding a program for yourself. So you actually know that you want to press Q. Okay. Otherwise, there's a cross at the end as well. You can just click on cross and that will also close the window for you. Okay. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to make the image of the same size as well. So let's create image is equals to cv2 dot resize, and we want to resize the image and to a size of 640 by 480. Okay, so this is the code that will be running right over here. We want to resize the image as well. Okay, it's getting an error after the video has been fully played because the number of frames is getting over. So there's nothing to play after that. So that's why it is getting you that error. So right now we don't care about it because we are not looping over the video in any case. We just want a backdrop to be attached to a particular screen. Okay. I'm getting green screen video without sound. Can you use it? Of course, we are not having any sound as well. Okay. So because it's an what we are doing right now is I am show. So I am show does not have any kind of sound to it. Okay. So we want to resize the image as well. So we have already done it right over here, as you are able to see. Okay. So if you want to see the image, you can directly use I am show to see the image, but that is not like important. Okay. So we are able to understand that we have resize the image as well. Okay. The next that we want to focus upon is we want to convert the colors. Right now, the colors that we are having. So any type of default image that you are having is an RGB value. Okay. So any color that you're having. So for example, let's try to understand this by using the drawing board itself. I think so that would be a better paint. Okay. So let's try to understand this. It's very easy to understand. Any image, any picture that you're having. So what is an image itself? Let's try to understand this. Any image, you must have heard it that this is 1080 pixel, or this is 4K, or this is like 8K. So what is that resolution that you speak of? It is the number of pixels that you're having, or PPI. You must have heard about PPI in mobile phones as well. Like this is a particular mobile, like Google Pixel is having like 450 PPI. What is that? So pixels per inch. So every image or any display as well is made up of small pixels. Okay, it is made up of small squares. Okay, if you bring your mobile phone, so this mobile phone is like having a very good quality display, so I won't be able to see it properly. But if you are having a display that is like full HD, or your TV as well, or your laptop as well, these will be full HD displays. If you're keeping the screen very close to your nose, you will be able to see some squares on the display itself. Okay, these squares are called as pixels. Okay, these squares are called as pixels. Each of these pixels can have a value of R, G, and B. Okay, it has 3 LEDs inside of it. One is a red LED, the second one is a green LED, and the third one is a blue LED. Okay, these are the 3 LEDs present inside of each pixel. Okay, each pixel has these 3 LEDs. Now these 3 LEDs together, okay, these 3 LEDs can have different brightness levels. Okay, so for example, 0 is like at most dark, and 255 is like the highest level of brightness for each of these bulbs itself. So for example, if you're having like all 3 at the highest brightness, like it's 255 255 255, that is the value of RGB. Okay, red, blue, and green. Okay, RGB, that is red, green, and blue. So if you're having the values at 255, that denotes your white color. Okay, that denotes your white color. Similarly, if all the values are 0, then that denotes your black color. Similarly, if you're having a value of like 255 0 0, that denotes that it's a red color. Okay, similarly, if you're having 0 255 0, the value denotes green color. And similarly for blue as well. Now you can create combinations of colors as well. Let's see right over here. Okay, you can create combination of colors. So for example, this particular red color that's a bit orange as well has an RGB value of 235 64 52, as you're able to see from right over here. Similarly, I can just go to any other color. Let's say like a greenish sort of color with a light. Let's go to a little bit light as well. Okay, so this is a very light green color. So you are able to see that the RGB value for the same is 205, 247, 235. If you're going at like the utmost dark color right over here, okay, then I can even put it out a bit more. So it's like almost close to 0, 8, 8, 8, and so on and so forth. So just like you're having RGB values, now an entire image, when you're considering an image itself. So let's say this is an image of, let's say, a river right over here. Okay, so it consists of a lot many number of these pixels. Okay, it just consists of a lot many number of pixels, each of these image, and each of these pixels has some value of RGB, and that together, all these pixels together create this particular entire image itself. Okay, so for example, if I want to denote this particular image, I can represent it by its RGB value. So I can just create a matrix. Okay, and each of these matrix has a value of RGB, that is a tuple containing RGB value, and that basically denotes your entire image itself. Okay, and now what is a video? Video is a number of images connected to each other, okay, along with time. That is a particular video. So it is basically like a array of all these matrices of images, the each of which containing a tuple of RGB value. Now RGB value is something that you guys will be able to understand it much more clearly. The second particular stuff that is there is HSV. Okay, so HSV is an alternative to RGB values. Okay, just like you are having RGB values, there is HSL values, there is SSV values. There's a lot many number of values that is currently there. So HSV basically means hue, saturation, and volume. Okay, so just like you're having RGB value that basically denotes the red, green, and blue concentration that is currently there. HSV values, you can convert an RGB value to an HSV value as well, which represents hue, saturation, and volume. Now, hue, you must have heard it about with some very high quality lamps. If you have ever bought a very costly, high quality lamp, there's a hue value inside of that you can change. Okay, basically that converts like into like a yellowness. There's a, when you are increasing the hue value, the yellowness of the image or the light increases. With saturation, basically how saturated the thing is. So the more how bright that particular image is. So that is basically how you denote by saturation. And volume denotes the type of colors that can be there. So all this kind of stuff, that is the aim. Okay, you need to learn about it on your own. Okay, because it will take a lot of time to explain you hue, saturation, and volume. That is your task, that you have to research about hue, saturation, and volume. I hope that you guys have understood RGB values. I hope that you guys have understood RGB values. Your job is to understand HSV values on your own. Okay, so right now we are going to convert our red, blue, green value of the image to HSV values to be used. Okay, that conversion is also there. It's a mathematical formula that converts it for you, but we don't know that mathematical formula. Even I don't know that mathematical formula, and I don't want to waste my time to just like first find the formula out and then make the entire code for it. I already have a function in computer vision. Okay, in CV2 we already have a function that we can directly utilize to do that. So what we are going to do right now is we are going to have, after the image, we're going to convert everything into HSV. So HSV is another frame that we are like creating, another frame that we are going to have. We are going to use cv2 dot convert cvt color. Okay, we want to convert the color, and then we want to have the color of frame. We want to convert the color of frame. We want to convert the color of frame from cv2 dot, let's say, color. We want to convert the color from color underscore bgr, blue, green, red. We want to convert it to HSV. So HSV. Okay, so there is like HSL, HSV full, HSL full. So there's a lot many number of things that you can convert it to, but we want to convert it to HSV itself. So this is the code that we are writing. We are creating a new frame. Okay, so the previous frame was the frame one that is basically consisting about the blue, green, and red values. Right now we are creating an HSV frame for us. We are going to use the cv2 convert color. We want to convert the color from bgr, that is blue, green, red, to HSV. The frame that we want to convert it is the frame, and then we are going to have color bgr to csv. Okay, right over here. Next, what we want to do right now is we want to create a mask. Okay, so right now whatever you have done up till now, okay, you have converted it into HSV values and everything. You need to specify how you are going to like how you are going to identify the green color. Okay, how you are going to separate the green color from the rest of the video. So you have already seen the video, you're very familiar with it. So there was the green color around the human, that is me. Okay, how to separate it from the video itself, that is our task. Okay, to separate that, we need to create a mask. We need to create a mask around our human itself. We need to identify our human, create a mask around him, and then remove the green color from the background. That is our aim. So we need to create a mask. So are you able to understand what do I mean by mask? A mask is basically just like you are covering your face with your mask. We need to create some object that we can cover the human up with. Okay, so we can just remove the human from the video itself. So first, to remove the human, we need to mask it. We need to find the particular human itself. Okay, so we are going to create a mask. To create a mask, we are going to have mask mask is equals to cv2 dot let's say. So to create a mask, we need to find out like the color range of the human being itself. Okay, so what are the different colors that this human is being added to? Now it's very difficult to find that out because a human may have like a different color t-shirt, a different color skin, a different color hair. So it becomes very difficult to do that. What if we go the other way around? Instead of masking the human, let's mask the green color. Let's find out. So you are having the green color. Now that green color is also not consistent. Okay, there may be some folds over the banners, there may be some green color here and there as well, so there will be some shadow over that. So instead of masking the human, let's mask the green color. So what we are going to do is in range. Okay, we're going to find in what range, if this particular hue, if this particular color, like if from frame we are able to find a particular, so we are not going to use frame, we are going to use the HSV value. If we are having the color, okay, or whatever the value of HSV is between this and this particular range, then that is the mask that you want to create. Okay, now we don't know that particular range, we don't know that green color lies in which particular range itself. So for that we are going to write another piece of code. Okay, so for that what we are going to do is, do you guys want to continue right now and complete the project? It will take like 45 minutes more, but we will be able to complete the entire project. Or you want to continue tomorrow? Please let me know. Harshal, you have not installed NumPy. That is the reason why you are getting that error. Is cv2.color bgr to csv a method? Yes, it is a method to basically convert the color from like red, blue, green, or to HSV. Okay. See, my basic suggestion would be to complete it today itself. Okay, so that you guys are getting some time to go over through the video, do the project on your own. That is my basic suggestion. I think so. We should be completing it today itself. See, it's not about processing this much. Okay, like I know that you are not coding it along me. So I know that you are not going to process it right now. You will have to watch the video again. But if I'm breaking the flow of the project, then tomorrow it will become much more difficult to recall what was happening in today's video. So I think so. It would be better to complete the video today itself. Let's complete it today itself. Okay, so what we are going to do right now is, instead of so like I will just cut short the entire thing. Instead of finding the values on our own, okay, like how we are going to find those values and everything, I'll just cut short that particular process and I will tell you the values. Okay, so I had a good explanation that I was going to give, but no issues. Let's directly skip to the result that we have. So basically initially as well I planned to do it by just giving you the results, but no issues. We'll do it right now. Okay, so let's create the numpy arrays for the same. Let's go right over here between the so we have to go up below right over here. So let's create the low values and the upper values right now. So L underscore G, that is the low values that we are having. L underscore G is equals to NP dot array. So we are going to create a numpy array for the list. Okay, again, why numpy array? This is a type of a list itself. Okay, that contains the value for us, but numpy arrays have like faster calculations. Okay, they are able to do calculations very fast on these arrays. So the value would be 32 comma 94 comma 132. So that is the value for the lower end of the values for identifying green values. We need to find the upper values as well. So UG, that is the upper green values that we need to have, is equals to np dot array and then we are going to have our NP array right over here, 179 comma 255 comma 255. That is the highest values that is possible. That includes the black values as well. That is why we have taken up the upper values right over here. Once we have completed that, we need to create our masks. So we need to put our lower values and the upper values right over here. So L underscore G comma U underscore G. Okay. So what I've done right now is, like I said, you need to create a mask. Okay. Have you guys understood why we need to create a mask? Please let me know. Have you guys understood why we need to create a mask? Please let me know, guys. Have you guys understood why we need to create a mask? Have you guys understood why we need to create a mask? Okay, so you need some low value, okay, and the upper value as well. Now these values are not something that comes from my brain. There is no logic behind it. This values is something that you get from trial and testing. Okay, so I actually plan to show you how to trial and test, how to get these values, but right now we don't have enough time to show the trial and testing, so I'm just giving you the results right now. I will give you the code as well, how to trial and test about it with the project video. But this is just understand that after trial and testing, you got these values. Okay, the lower end values and the upper end values of HSV. Okay. Sonu Kumar, I think so. You are late in the class because I haven't seen a single comment from you from the start of the video. Whenever I have asked for people to say yes as well, I haven't seen a single comment from you. So you don't speak. I know you have come late. Okay. If people are there who are not able to understand, who are there from the start, I will help them out as well. Okay. But those students who are not paying attention, coming late to the class, looking for just the attendance link, guys, I'm not the right instructor for you. Okay. Yes, Abdullah, that's absolutely clever. The mask has been created to cover the green values. So the green values would be in a range of HSV. Okay. Okay. Just the range of some HSV itself. Okay. So that range itself, I've already given it to you guys. Okay. That the range will be between these two values. This is the HSV for the lower end, and this is the HSV for the upper end. Okay. So that is the entire values, range of values that you are having. Okay. So that we have already put up right over here. It will take 2 more minutes to finish this project. Okay. We have already done everything. We just need to subtract it. That's it. We will get this in like less 2 lines of code itself. Just 2 more lines of code and it's done. Okay. Yeah, I will do one thing on the day of like how to submit the project. I will have a small video and how like I will include the code as well, how to trial and test the values. Right now, after trial and testing, we have got these values and I've already given these value to you. But in the future, in the video to day after tomorrow, I will be putting up how to take this important. Okay, how to change these values, how to find that value itself. You can get it only through trial and testing. Nobody can tell you these values. Okay. Okay, this may also not work. Okay, we will have to trial and test it to get the appropriate values. This I'm just putting it up randomly right now. Of course the values would be different. Okay, going further. Okay, so once we have created our mask right now, we need to take the bitwise and with this particular mask. Okay, to get basically, so for example, once you've created, let's look at the mask. Okay, let's first look at the mask. So let's do one thing. Let's have cv2 dot let's say I am show, and then let's look at the mask. Okay, let's name it as mask, and let's have the mask shown right over here. Okay, so we are writing again another cv2 dot im show. Okay, and then we are trying to show our mask, that whatever we have created right now. So let's save it, let's run the program, let's see what we get. So as you are able to see, this is the mask that we are able to create. Okay, you are able to see that the mask pertains over to the human being itself. But right now we want to place this mask onto our image as well. Okay, so this mask is basically just black and white, as you're able to see. So black and white means, black means the value is 1, white means the value is 0. Okay, are you guys able to understand that? Black means the value is 1, white means the value is 0. There is no other value right over here. Right now what we want to do is we want to take the bitwise AND. So do you guys know what is bitwise AND? Okay, what is bitwise AND operator? You're having 1 and 1, so that will be true. You are having 1 and 0, that will be false. 0 and 0 will be false. 0 and 1 will be false. So you are having a mask, you are having an image, you have to place that mask over the image, take the bitwise AND between all the matrix values, and you will get the mask that you have created. You will get the result of the mask that you have created. So to get the result of the mask, you want to take the bitwise AND between the mask and the video itself. Okay, so I have just opened up another terminal. So let's go back right over here and let's do the bitwise AND for the mask. Okay, so to do the bitwise AND, after we have created the mask, what we want to do is res, that is the resultant, is equals to cv2 dot bitwise AND. That is the frame that we want to use. We want to do the bitwise AND between your frame. So we don't have anything else. Okay, usually your mask and there is like 2 other units. We don't have anything else. So we are going to put the bitwise AND on the frame itself. Okay, so you are having your frame, comma frame, comma mask is equals to mask. Okay, so you're having the mask as mask and you want to provide the bitwise AND on frame. Okay, this is just the syntax for it. Don't worry why I've written frame 2 times. That's the syntax, you have to write it. So you are going to provide the mask and do the bitwise operation on frame itself. Okay, so let's look at our resultant. Instead of showing the mask, let's look at the resultant as well. So cv2 dot imshow, and we want to see the resultant. So res, comma res. So let's save it right over here and let's watch the resultant. Okay, so as you are able to see, my lips are still intact. Okay, so you are having your frame right over here. Okay, this is the mask that you were able to create, and you have just removed the human being from the entire screen. You have identified the entire green screen and removed the entire human being from right over here. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. So this is the resultant, like doing mask and frame, we are doing bitwise AND. So this is the resultant that we are able to get. We are able to get the green screen. But our aim is not to get the green screen. Our aim is to delete the green screen itself. Okay, that is our aim. Okay, our aim is to delete the green screen and keep the human being. How we can do that? Can somebody let me know how we can do that? How we can keep the green screen and delete the human being itself? Can somebody let me know? We have got the resultant, we have got the mask, we have got the frame. How can we keep the green screen from the resultant and remove the human being itself? Can somebody let me know? It's very easy. Just think about it, you will be able to understand. No, 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 no. It's very easy, guys. Just try to think about something. Subtracting, that's amazing. Anti-Mughal Riddhi has said it correctly. We are just going to subtract it. We have the frame, we can just subtract our resultant from the frame and we will be able to get the human being. Are you able to understand this? We just need to subtract it. So we are going to create another frame called as f. We are going to have frame minus res, resultant. These are just matrices. We are just going to subtract the matrices itself to get the human being. So now if I'm just like I'm commenting these lines of code out, I'm going to have cv2 dot im show, and then we are going to have our final, not final, like pre-final or something like that. So let's have it as f comma f. Okay, so let's save it right over here. Let's run this. So I've done f is equals to frame minus res. This is the code that I've written. Let's play this right now. Sorry, run this right now. So my lips are gone a bit, but still you are able to see that the green screen has been removed. Okay, not completely because the values we weren't able to tamper on with properly, but the green screen is now removed and the human is clearly visible. Now what we need to do is we need to replace the green screen, like the place that has been removed by your image. Okay, that is what you want to do. So let's try to see what f is. Okay, let's try to see what f is. So if I'm pressing on q, it will close that thing for me because that is the code that we have written right now. Now let's try to print f. So instead of showing you f, let's print f inside our terminal. Okay, so instead of showing you f, I'm going to print the value of f inside the terminal itself. Okay, so let's see that. As you're able to see, this is nothing else but continuous arrays. Okay, as you're able to see, it's like continuous arrays that are coming up on our screen, and the black portion itself, whatever is black, I guess that is coming as maybe 0. Okay, whatever portion is black, that is coming up as zeros itself. Okay, so this is how your like entire frame that you are seeing right now that we created looks like from the perspective of just numbers. It's just matrices having values inside of it. Okay, so let's just quit it right now. Okay. Shit. Okay, so right now, as you're able to see, we have closed it. Okay, so we will have to close the entire terminal because the window wasn't open. So clicking on Q does not matter because the window should have been open right now. Okay, no issues in that. So right now what we want to do is we want to replace wherever there is a 0 inside f. Okay, so zeros basically represent the black portion. Wherever there is 0 inside the f, we want to replace it by the image that we are having. And wherever the like value of that particular pixel is not 0, we want to replace it by f itself, whatever it is there. If it is not 0, it should be f. If it is a 0, it should be replaced by your image. Okay, that is what we want to do. So for that, we have a particular numpy function that will help us with that. So let's move on back and let's do that. So let's write our code for that. It would be very easy, guys. You don't have to worry. So we are going to create our green. Let's create the last particular stuff, green screen. Okay, is equals to, we are going to have it, we are going to replace it by np.where. That is basically our function that we are going to use. So np.where basically says that wherever, okay, wherever f is equals to 0, that is wherever f is black, okay, or f is equals to 0, at that particular point of time, I want to replace it by the image. Otherwise, okay, otherwise if f is not equal to 0, I want to remain it as f itself. Okay, so this basically makes a green screen frame where if f is equals to 0, wherever f is 0, it should be replaced by the image. Otherwise, it should remain as f itself. Now I'm going to have our last line of code, cv2.imShow, okay, as green screen. This is the last line of code that we are having right now. So we'll use the play button right over here and we will get the video. Missing argument mat. Did I make some error while writing the code? I am show green screen. Okay, I didn't write the name of that particular function itself, so I need to put the name as well. Final. Okay, so I put the name as final and the thing that I want to show is green screen. So please remember to name it as well. As you're able to see right over here, it is not that great looking because the values we were not able to tamper up with the values, but you are able to see that now we are having the background as our Hogwarts. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. You need to press Q to close it. Okay, without that, it won't be closed. And that is the entire code that you are having. So you can remove all these lines of code. You don't require it. Okay, so that it looks a bit more cleaner and than usual. And tomorrow, okay, so this is the code that you need to submit. How to submit the code, where to submit the code. I'll be telling you guys. Okay, so for the project submission, what you have to do is it's extremely simple. There are two type of people who will be coming to the bootcamp. One who have laptops to work upon, and the second one who don't have the laptops to work upon. For those who are currently working on a mobile, I would request you guys to arrange a laptop or a desktop and go to a nearby cyber cafe as well. Or just ask some of your friends if they have a laptop that you can borrow for a few minutes or so. And you can then complete the project and then proceed with the submission of the project itself. So, okay. So, first of all, what you have to do is once you have completed the entire programming and everything, you have to play the video as I'm play the sorry run the program as you are able to see whatever results that you're having. You have to show your results right over here. Right now we have disabled the track bar, so we are getting the results directly from our lower green and the upper green values. Okay, so once you have tested that your program is working correctly, there is no problems with your program itself. The next thing that you have to do is you want to download some software that helps you in recording your screens. So as far as the screen recording goes, what you can do is you can just look for some screen recording options that you're having. You're having some like screenrec.com and all these kind of stuff. So just search for screen recordings and available for your PC, whether it be Mac or something like that. Download it for your own laptop itself. So right now I'm using OBS, but it's not compulsory to use OBS itself. You can use any of the screen recorders that you can find. Okay, it's totally up to you. Once you have done that, you want to go back to your project. Okay, you want to go back to your project. You have to start the screen recording, go through the code once. Okay, just show the entire code once in the screen recording, then run the code right now. Once you have run the code, just look at the output. It will record the output itself. Once you have done that, you want to stop the code as well as stop the program as well as the video recording. The recorded video that you have obtained, so let's say that you have obtained the recorded video of your screen itself of the project. What you want to do is you want to create your LinkedIn account. Okay, so as a developer you need to have a GitHub account and a LinkedIn account. So for the purpose of this particular project, we have chosen the LinkedIn account itself. Once you have opened up a LinkedIn account, create your profile thoroughly. For example, I will show you my profile as well. So this is my profile, view full profile, as you're able to see from right over here. So I've put up my details right over here. What are the different things that I'm having right over here? What is my experience, education, certifications, skills that I'm having right now? So all these different things you want to put it right over here, create your profile. Once you have done that, you want to go back to home. You want to start a post. Okay, so once you have looked at this particular portion, start a post, you click on video. Okay, you want to, so this is the video that I've shot right now. So I'll just select that particular video, open it up. Okay, once I've got that video, I want to like click on done. Okay, once I've clicked on done, I want to write what I have learned in this boot camp. Okay, so whatever topics that you have learned in this boot camp, whatever your thoughts about this boot camp, you can put it down right over here. Okay, it's very important to put down what you have learned. Okay, because we also need to understand that, okay, were you in the class or not, what are the different things that we studied in the class itself. Once you have done that, just tag us. Okay, so just click on @, and then search for DevTown. Okay, just click on DevTown right over here, so that will tag us, and then put up a hashtag of DEVTOWN. Okay, you'll be able to find that hashtag as well. So whatever you have learned in the bootcamp, you are putting it up right over here. Once I've done that, okay, let me just put it up right over here. This is an example post for project Okay, so I've just created a sample post for project submission. You need to put up whatever other details that you have learned in the 5 days of the bootcamp itself. Once you have done that, you want to click on, let's add another hashtag right over here. If you want, you can add any other hashtags as well. Okay, then you want to click on post. Okay, so once as you're able to see, it's showing uploading less than a 1 minute left, as you're able to see down below right over here. We want to wait for once the post has been uploaded. Okay, so upload completed, we'll notify you once the video is ready. So it's processing the video that we have currently uploaded. So it will take 2 minutes more. Okay, once it is completed, we just have to get the link for the post itself. So we are just waiting for that particular thing. Okay, so now the video has been uploaded. Next, what you want to do is you want to click on these three buttons. Okay, copy link to the post. Okay, click on these three buttons, copy link to the post. If in the case that you are not able to find this particular video, it was not showing right over here, go to your profile, view profile. Then in the description of the go to activities. Okay, so you will be able to see all activities right over here, show all activities. Inside of that, you want to see all activities, so you will be able to see your latest post as well. Again, click on the three buttons, copy link to this post. Okay, then the project submission link is down in the description of the video and will be shared to you on your WhatsApp groups as well. You just want to open that particular, so it will not be shared on your WhatsApp groups. I'm not very familiar with it, but it will be there in the description of the video itself. Inside of that, just you need to go right over here, and instead of LinkedIn post link. Okay, you want to paste the link. So for example, let me just take up this particular, let's click on and copy, go back, let's open the form itself right over here. So while filling it up, I will just have to put up my link to the LinkedIn form. So let's copy link to the post right over here and paste it right over here as well. So as you're able to see, this is the entire link that I'm having right over here. I need to fill up the rest of the form as well and then submit it. Now, you have to be very careful while submitting this form. You use the same at your email that you have used in your attendance forms as well. Also make sure that the link that you're putting up right over here, the project link, that is the LinkedIn post link, is absolutely correct, because the certificate via Google will only be given to those students who will be putting this particular link correctly, their own link. Don't copy it from someone else, don't submit something else. Okay, you have to make sure that this link is the LinkedIn post that you have made, because except that we will not be able to give you guys these certificates. Okay, so please make sure that would be the entire process for project submission as well. If you guys have any questions, put it down in the comment section of this video, and someone from DevTown will be able to reach out to you in the comment section itself and help you guys out. Okay, thank you so much. I hope that we'll be able to see you in the training program as well, or in the future boot camp. Okay, depending upon where we are meeting the next time, we'll have a great blast. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you guys.